Do you have one of these Hoover wind tunnel vacuum cleaners that has the embedded dirt finder and the red light stays on all the time? Well, someone here on YouTube showed you how to clean it, but I'm going to show you the much easier way. So, no disrespect to the other YouTuber, because I've actually cleaned the vacuum the way he recommended to do, and it worked. I happen to own 3 of these. But he'd have you take out screws here, 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 and here in order to gain access to what's inside there. That's where the sensor is for the dirt finder. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take those screws out right now just to show you what it is that we're talking about. Now, you don't have to have a drill to do this job. A regular Phillips head screwdriver will work. But you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And then what he would do is remove the hose, get it out of the way, and then 2 of those screws not only hold this access panel on, but they're part of the tool holder. Don't lose the little screws. Again, there's a screw here, there's a screw there, you don't need to touch it. We're going to lift this up. It just kind of pops out, just sort of work on it easily until it gets out. Now, this is the business end of the dirt finder. This is the sensor right here. It's up inside this. There's a flat surface in here, and somehow or another that gizmo can tell whether there's dirt coming past it as it's being vacuumed into the vacuum cleaner and going into the bag here. I don't know whether we can see down in there or not, but let me get a flashlight. Sorry for that little delay. But I think now you can see inside there, there's like a little dimple. And that area in there is where that dirt sensor determines whether there's dirt coming by there or not. That area needs to be clean in order to work properly. Hopefully you can see. Maybe I got too much light on it. Anyway, what he would do is he would go up inside there with a rag. See if I can make this work. I don't know, can you see in there? He would go up inside there with a rag and clean this area right here. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely what needs to happen. But I'll show you something a little bit different. I'm going to tuck this wire back in place. Alright, then I'm going to reassemble all of this. Go ahead and get that first screw in there. Yeah, coming along here with this, which I haven't taken these screws out. So it's just going to fall into place where it needs to go, and that 4th screw there. Now, my drill has a torque setting on it so that I don't over tighten these screws. screws and strip them out. That's why it has that funny sound right at the end. Yeah, I believe I've got them all 4 back in there. Now, all I'm going to show you is that honestly, if you just start from this position right here, all you really need to do is just remove that hose and get down inside there and clean that surface. If you look with a flashlight, you'll see the flat spot in there where it needs to be cleaned. I'm going to go ahead and clean mine now. I'm actually going to use a little bit of cleaner with bleach on it. I'm just going to get down inside here and wipe that surface area. You can see I'm getting some dirt off of that. If you were to lose that paper towel down in there, wouldn't hurt a thing because it's just going to go into the bag. All right, now we're going to give it a test. Okay, folks, this one took a little bit longer. Turns out that my painter had used my vacuum cleaner in my kitchen after he painted, and he evidently rolled over some wet paint. And so I had little specks of white paint all over that sensor area inside there, tiny little specks. And eventually figured out that that's why this thing wasn't showing that it was getting clean, that it was getting the carpet clean and the green light coming on. So I had to go in there with some automotive polish and polish that area out until I got rid of all those tiny little specks of paint that were stuck inside there. Once the paint was gone, it didn't see any quote-unquote dirt. So now let's see what happens. I've already tested it once, but the red light's on. Start vacuuming. And we've got success. Moral of the story is, in most cases, if you don't go over paint with your vacuum cleaner, wet paint, then most likely all you need to do is just pop this hose off back here, go down in there with a damp cloth. A cloth is really better than a paper towel because a paper towel wants to shred. Go in there with a damp cloth and clean that flat surface inside there where that sensor resides. Get the dirt off of it, and it doesn't see dirt anymore unless there's dirt passing from the bottom of the vac through this tube, across that sensor, and into the bag. When it sees the tiniest little specks of dirt blowing past, that red light stays on. When you keep vacuuming the same area over and over, it eventually gets all the loose dirt out of the carpet, and it's showing a majority of the air is clean, and the light will go green, telling you you can go on to the next area. So I know this video was long, but I believe if you'll just follow my instructions on cleaning that, you'll find out that the time for you to clean this might only take you 3 or 4 minutes as opposed to 10, 15, 20. Good luck. Let me know in the comments how things worked out for you.